Good morning. Okay, true confessions time now. Do you watch all of those real estate TV shows? Do you watch all of the HGTV, Chip and Joanna Gaines, the whole bit? Are you one of those people? And do you watch the million dollar, what's it called? The $1 million listing, okay, with Ryan Serhant? So I never do because I get annoyed because I think to myself, these people just don't know what's real. Like they don't know what it's like out there. They have like no clue. And so I don't watch them. And I also harbor a tiny bit of a grudge because our consumers watch them and our consumers think that's what it's like. So not only is it not like that for us, but it's also our consumers are trained to think that that's what it's like. So anyways, I digress. My business partner, Patricia McCardo at Bold Real Estate, brought us to the last sales meeting, our Bold U. So we have a Bold University, Bold U. So she brought it to Bold U. She did a training of what she learned from this book from Ryan Serhant. And she gave us all a book. And so that book was at my house. And last night I had a tiny bit of insomnia. So I got up and I got up and then I got back in bed, but I started reading this book. And you know what? I really enjoyed it. I want to talk about that for our Upleveling today. So the first chapter in the introduction kind of talk about his beginnings and how he started as he was an actor and wasn't really making it in New York City. And so he decided because it was flexible, he could do real estate on the side. And it talks about his early days of just trying, like not knowing what the hell to do when he was out there. And he made a lot of mistakes and he didn't know how to do it. And, there was a couple of turning point moments for him. One was he was in the office and he was listening to another person who has a ton of business. And he was listening to him on the phone and he said to him after, he goes, will you tell me how you get listings or how you do it? And the guy's like, no, get lost. Right. So he's like, all right, I got to figure this out for myself. And one of the things that he established in his practice was taking initiative. So having initiative to do different things and keep doing it and trying different things and throwing it out there. And the other was what he called having a lot of balls in the air, juggling a lot of balls so that if one of the balls drops, you still have a thriving business. So not spending all of your time on one transaction, in hoping for the next one. So in my language is filling in your pipeline, right? So in your pipeline, there's different maturity levels of all of your transactions that are going on. So some new ones are coming in. You're doing some new prospecting to get to that. Some are in the middle where you're giving them the service. You get that little bit of a break, and then the people that you're closing out, and then the after sale, right? Which is where I think all the magic happens. So I just thought it was kind of fun. And this is kind of like a beach reading type thing. It's not really deep. I didn't feel the need to stop and make notes in dog-ear pages. But I thought it was fun. And I know it's book club weekend and we're talking about getting together for book club. And I think we're going to actually have to do our panel next week because I'm taking Friday off. So I won't even be here. So I will pre-record something for you or I will just not. I don't know yet. But I loved it. Initiative. He said the word he loves is initiative, taking initiative, being inventive, getting out there, not sitting down, not resting, not, getting up and going and driving it and being curious and trying new things. And the other part was having a lot of balls in the air, which I think is 100%, every part of your day should have a segment of all the different levels of maturity of transactions, right? So at least 2 hours of thank you notes, reaching out, finding people doing things right, cutting up the newspaper, sending out the things that you found in there, like doing all sorts of like just good service, good root building, right? And then servicing the people that have inquired, and so those prospects that are not quite there yet, right? And then work, again, always above and beyond service for the people who you are actually working with, and trying to make sure that they don't fall off the face of the earth when you're done. And I know that in our busy times, we can be busy. That happens sometimes. Anyway, just for kind of fun, up-leveling it, balls in the air, take initiative. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thanks so much for being here with me.